Can our refurbished 9-year-old computer keep up with a brand new PC? In case you missed it, we spent £69 on a refurbished PC that we found on eBay. We upgraded it with a nice new SSD and some extra RAM to make it absolutely fly along. But it got us thinking, can it really keep up with a modern business computer from 2021? In this video, we're going to put them head to head on some common work tasks and even a couple of benchmarks to see how our little refurbished project keeps up with a modern machine. Here we've got the Lenovo ThinkStation P330. It's got a 9th generation Intel 6-core i5 processor, 8GB of RAM and a 256GB SSD. So it's not exactly anything amazing, but as a reasonably capable daily driver for business users, it's a perfect benchmark for today's tests. Brand new with 12 months warranty, a keyboard and a mouse, this thing costs just shy of £479. Today we're going to see how it stacks up against our refurbished Dell 3010. As a quick refresher, the Dell has got a 3rd generation quad-core i3 processor, 8GB of DDR3 RAM and a 500GB SSD. Now look, we already know that the Lenovo is newer and all the components are faster, but it's also about 4 times the cost. Now, we totally understand that if we max out the CPU, the RAM and the disk I/O benchmarks, the Lenovo is going to come out on top. But in business machines, your average user doesn't go anywhere near the maximum capabilities. It's not that often that they're flatlining the CPU while they're sending the latest TPS reports to Bill. When it comes to day-to-day tests, we want to know, can the little Dell keep up? Okay, let's go for the startup test. Go. We've got 17 seconds if we want to beat the Dell to get to the Windows login screen, 34 seconds if we want to get to Outlook and send that new email. Those are the times we have to beat. We're at the Windows logon screen. Okay, let's have a look. And let's get into Outlook. All right, thinking about it. And a new email. And stop the clock. 32 seconds. Oh! 2 seconds faster than the Dell. Wow. Okay, let's try our next test. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is get into Microsoft Teams, because that's what we would do all the time. Let's go. The time to beat here on the Dell is 15 seconds. So let's see how we do here with the new £500 Lenovo. Okay. Wow, okay, yep, that's fast. 9 seconds, much faster. So the other thing we're going to do is head to the internet and open up a reasonably complex page, so something like YouTube. And the time to beat here is 11, wow. 5 seconds. The time to beat was 11 seconds. I think the Lenovo definitely wins on that one. So in a lot of the other tests that we did, including downloading documents, uploading documents, downloading 100 meg attachments and all kinds of things, there was no noticeable difference between the Dell and the Lenovo, which is absolutely crazy given that one is like 9 years old. So let's have a look at the actual benchmark statistics. First up, it's the CPU score. Now, quite obviously, a 9th generation Intel i5 6-core processor is going to be better than an Intel i3 3rd generation processor. No doubt about that. What's interesting, I think, here is that the memory scores are absolutely bang on. They're almost identical for that 8GB of RAM. The disk is making a big difference here. Again, we can see on our upgraded Dell Optiplex, we've got read and write speeds around 250 megabytes a second, but on the new Lenovo, 450 pretty much megabytes per second read and write. There's a slightly better GPU, not a fantastic one, but a slightly better Intel GPU inside the Lenovo. So pretty much they're exactly where I'd expect them to be. As I said, there's no doubt that a 9-year-old computer is not going to win on benchmarks against a brand new computer. So what have we actually learned? Well, I think it's really interesting. We've taken a 9-year-old Dell and put it up against a brand new Lenovo. We've upgraded the RAM and we've upgraded the SSD, and for all kinds of business purposes, for opening files and downloading and all those things that we've done in the benchmarks here today, it works absolutely fine. Yes, it doesn't win stat for stat against those bigger benchmarks that we've done, but for actually using it day to day, it's come in really well. And that just says to us that there is a real world out there for refurbished machines, and maybe not always, adding to the e-waste pile and going for brand new. Hats off to the Lenovo. I mean, absolutely, it is a fantastic machine, but at 4 times the price. So if you are budget constrained and you're looking for an extra device for business or for home or whatever, refurbs definitely could be a good option. And we've seen here, from spending £129, including shipping, and a monitor and a keyboard and a mouse and everything else, and a copy of Windows, funnily enough, we've had a really great experience, and we're continuing to have a fantastic experience with that little Dell. If we want to go down the new road and get a 12-month warranty with a Lenovo, we are seeing some incremental gaps. It is a bit better, we can't argue with that. But for most knowledge workers, are they actually going to see a real difference? So I think there's definite space to investigate refurbs. There are some downsides. Obviously, this equipment is 9 years old and it doesn't have a warranty. So if you're thinking about rolling out a large number of these, maybe in an organization to cut down on your IT costs, then you do have to think about keeping spares and that overhead that's going to be on you to maintain these, because you're not going to be able to put any warranty claims in to get anything if it breaks. Well, that's it for this time, guys. We will see you on the next one.